Live once again. Hello, friend and friends. Just gonna wait, see if anybody else would like to join us today. Just for a minute. Feel a little better. Got a vacation planned next week. Gonna go do a little camping with the little ones. It's gonna be great. Socially distanced with ourselves. Just needed to get out of the house for a little bit. So that does mean that'll be next week. That does mean that I won't be streaming next week at this time. But gotta take a break sometimes, right? Okay, so for this week, what we're gonna do is we're probably going to work. We said maybe like we'd work on like a client library to help us sort of test out our database and be able to send commands to it and things like that, because Netcat and little tools like that aren't quite working for us at this point, and I'm not sure that we want to do like what Redis did, which is like have a different mode depending on if the client understands RESP or not. Have a different parser for each. Seems like too much work, so coming with a little client library shouldn't be too hard. And then we can get back to hooking up the parser to the socket and getting that going again, maybe ironing out some of the bugs with the logging on the handler. And then we'll probably get around to work on the data store, implementing that fancy B+ tree, which will store the data and all that. So we'll see how far along we get today. Welcome if you're just joining me for the first time. It'll be nice to meet you and get to know you. If you're coming back and returning, welcome back. Thanks for coming again. So let's get started on that client library. So I was thinking for the client library is that when we publish this somewhere, we don't want we want to be able to publish the client library, say, to Hackage. That would be nice, so that if somebody in Haskell happened to want to use our database, they could. But we don't want to like export, like publish all of the other stuff, the database server itself, for example, and all that. But they're going to need to share some libraries. So what I was thinking was I would probably take our libraries and kind of split it up in the repo into a few different packages. We'd have the package for the client library. We'd have a package for some core stuff like types that they could share, and then everything else, the server itself. Yeah, hey, Beavish. Not sure if I pronounced that right, but nice to see you. So let's get that going. For that, we gotta basically split up and create a little packages thing in here, I think, in our package.yaml file. A little packages stanza, I think, is how it goes. Comme ça. And then we would have... Oh, hey, Ben. How's it going? Yeah. So Haskell Love was a couple weeks ago? Last week? I don't know. Time flies under this pandemic. Anyways, I met Ben at Haskell Love. It was a little online conference, and it was really good. You should check out some of the talks. I think they're publishing them on YouTube. As they come up. I had a good time. I got to meet people that have only been YouTube videos for me. Like Bartosz and Gabriel Gonzalez. That was really cool. It was nice to meet Gabriel. So if Gabriel, you watch this later, hi. It was nice chatting with you for a little bit. Right. So packages, we would have Rosby server, Rosby core. That's probably where we'd put the shared libraries. Some might call it internal. I don't know. Some packages, some projects might do that. And Rosby client. I think that's how it works. I probably want to double check that. Stack. Haskell stack. I don't know. Yeah, that's the one. They have pretty good documentation, by the way, so... Also... Like, you can see it has a lot of stuff in it. But we're looking for packages. I think multiple packages. Nope, not quite. Where is it? Okay, I say good documentation. It's extensive, but finding sometimes the exact thing you need when you kind of know what it's called. It's kind of hard. Multi-package projects. There we go. Yes. All right. Yeah. There we go. Packages. Okay, so I think that might mean we need to split up the package into separate directories as well. And this looks like this is specified in the stack.yaml. And hopefully we'll still be able to import stuff around between the two. Okay. Yeah, so I'm not really sure if that's 100% copacetti, but it's basically what I want to do. So we're going to work on that. Hopefully the mix on the music is good this week, so let me know in the chat if it's a little bit loud. Some people saying that it was over my voice and you couldn't really hear it that well. This will probably fail, just going to build it. Yeah, okay, so that isn't the wrong thing. All right, thanks, man. Thank you very kindly. Yeah, okay. I wonder if there's a better way of doing that just from stack to package. Is it multi... libraries, maybe. Nope. What are some libraries I know of that do this, so we could just kind of crimp from them? Amazon Core? Yeah, okay, so let's look at how they do it, because I think this is pretty much the pattern I was going for. It's been a while since I've had to do it. Oh, that's not the... That's the link we want. Yeah, so they have these different directories here for the different packages. All in there. That way you can publish them all individually to package. And it's probably going to be the stack.yaml, I assume. Or not. Maybe in the individual. Yeah, okay, packages. This is where you put the packages stanza. Okay, good, okay. That's basically what we want. And let's just check out one of these packages. Let's say SNS. Oh, it's like its own little mini repository. Its own little mini project. Okay, it doesn't have a stack package in it, it's just main, default main. That looks like a dummy file, I guess, maybe? How does that Cabal file get generated? And then everything else looks pretty normal from here. So let's try that. Make a directory for Rosby server. Make a directory for Rosby, I don't know, what do we say, for? And a directory for Rosby client. That looks about right. Stack.yaml. Right. This is our list here, so this should be changed out. And Rosby client. I think that's how it goes. And that probably means that, like, our setup.hs file and all that will have to go in the server subdirectory. Yeah, okay. Rosby server, please. What else got to move? Cabal or Cabal file. And probably, or maybe not the Cabal file. I don't know. If I totally broke it, doesn't really matter that much. We'll move source into Rosby server. Oh, why is that denied? That's weird. Let me just do here. Disney notice. Alright. Sorry. Rosby server. Really? What am I doing? Full rights to that. Am I doing something wrong with move? It's weird. Come on, what am I doing here? I don't have to do a recursive or anything, do I? I don't think so. The owner rep. What the heck is going on? Oh, I'm so confused. Move source to Rosby. Sir. That's so weird. Let's go dirty here for a second. No. Oh, I don't even know how to do it through here. Ugh. I'm stuck. What the hell? Alright, you know what? Let's I'll make a source directory in there. And yeah, do it. Don't stop. It's not right. It's not right. This isn't right. Okay. Yo, what's even happening here? Let's try Let's try copying it, I guess. To okay. Okay, that looks like fine. For some reason, I don't know why that wasn't working. Yeah, it's probably a WSL thing, I don't know. Permissions issues or local modifications. Yeah. Do they? That's fine. Yeah. Right, and then I'll be... Yeah, exactly, it's all there. Cool. Yeah, so that's that, and I think that's probably it. Except now we might have to change up our package a little bit. Just to tell Stack how to build the project now for the different packages. Alright, so this isn't here anymore. might need this package file for something. So the Rosby will need Rosby server and Rosby core. And this is the only thing I'm a little bit squeaky on, is what we're going to do with that. So if I try and build this now, I'm pretty sure we're going to get. Now, the current entry points to, or I know package.yaml was found there. Yeah, so we're going to need one for Rosby core, and probably Rosby server and all that stuff as well, or some kind of thing. So let's just copy package.yaml into Rosby-server. Server, okay. That's looking pretty good. I guess we can build the exe right from Rosby server. And test, we'll move the tests over there as well. Except we'll have to split out the tests for core, because I think we have some of the serialization stuff mixed up in there with the protocol stuff. Okay. I think that's probably the only thing we need to check out, fix there. Readme and a changelog file, copy those over. Alright, some bookkeeping. My favorite. Server. Changelog. That's cool. Yeah, we might as well just copy the tests over as well. To Rosby-server. Super duper. Okie dokie. So now we want to build this. We should go to the Rosby server. Does that work? Build. Oh, app directory. Oops, of course. To Rosby server. Get RM. The directory here. And then, yes, multiple Cabal files found in Rosby server. Okay, get rid of you. And we need kind of a minimal stack.yaml file, apparently. Okay. Let's copy that one as well. And edit to our liking. So this one, we're not going to do. This one can be plain old dot there. And That's still good. GHC 8.10 is officially released, so I can't wait for the stackage resolver to update. That's going to be alright. Okay, and then can we build? Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, we need a Rosby core, but has no specified version. No package with that name found. Okay, yeah. So I think the way we're going to solve that is by specifying it here. I think we can give it a relative path. Not sure if that's the best way, but... What do we do? What do we do? That's probably just not the right syntax. Documentation! Multiple packages. Not using multiple packages, sorry, it was... where was it? Multi-package projects, that's the one. Okay, he wants a version, of course. Okay. So stack 1.11, move order to pantry for managing extra depths. We're not really concerned with that yet. A list of packages that are part of your local project, yeah. And these are specified via paths to local directories. They're considered relative to the directory containing the stack.yaml. Right. Okay, if these packages should be treated as dependencies instead, specify them extra depths. Describe below. Right. Okay. So I guess we should probably put in an extra depths, our Rosby core library. Can we put relative paths in there though? I guess so. If not, it'll give us an error. Sometimes reading the documentation helps. Sometimes. Oh, terrific. If we need to specify a version on it, it's not so bad. Okay, that's a different error message. So basically it's found Rosby core, but it can't find the package there, so it doesn't know what to do. So let's go take care of that and get that started as well. I wonder if there's a... I never tried this before, but I wonder if like stack init or stack whatever could get that going with our with the default template. On installed server. Right here. Let me just try. See what happens. So we created a stack.yaml. Oh, it's just stack. Okay. Okay, let's do that. Rosby core. Take a pack at that. 16.9. Select a slightly newer resolver. Let's check that one out. That's still 18.8.3. While we're here, we might as well bump this up to 9. I think we're still going to need to set our compiler to 810 because that's what I built GHC IDE with, and it needs to be the same version as the compiler you're using. And when I was initially setting this up, I did it with 8.10 on Windows because that's all I could get it to work with. On that, and I'm still kind of running GHC IDE natively in Windows, even though we're building in Linux. Maybe one day I'll get it all integrated into WSOL 2, but I haven't spent too much time on that really lately. Right, so this looks okay. Let's get that. No extra depth yet. And let's also get a basic. I don't wish it generated a basic package.yaml as well, but we can copy one, I guess, from Rosby server. I'm sorry, to here, and that should be roughly the same. I will edit that. Rosby core. Oh, oops, did I do it? Ugh. That's what I meant to do. Rosby core. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll fix all that stuff up later. It's super important to set your author name in there because people know it was you. But no, we'll do that later. Okay, and so this core library is going to be slightly different, so we're not going to need all the dependencies we have here. Probably not going to need MTL. That's really for the application stuff, or monad logger. More network. Probably will need quick check. Might need text. We'll need word 8 and byte string. Probably won't need confer. Okay. The XC, no executables here. And tests, totally dope. We have those. We'll need Rosby core for that. Go. I think we're good there for the most part. We'll need to move the test that we had written over to here because I think technically we wrote all the tests for what we're going to put in the core library, which is the serialization protocol stuff. And that's so that the new client library we're going to write can depend on core as well and share all that code between the two. Packaging. So fun. Okay. Yeah. I think that looks good. Let's actually we're gonna need the Rosby server /tests to Rosby-core. Okay. Yeah, we'll probably need a source directory and all that stuff once we get set up there. I'm going too fast and then getting distracted thinking about other things as I'm going. We want to make a directory for source. Okay, that's where we'll put the protocol libraries in there. Okay. So let's do that then. Rosby server. Oh, let's see, Rosby protocol. Oh, showing even. Do this the old clickety-clackety way. Okay. Rosby server. Yeah. Basically everything in there. To Rosby protocol there. Okay, how are we doing here? Got some untracked files in there. We have source, Rosby, protocols, and serial. That's right. I'll just make sure, yeah, byte string and serial. Yeah, control applicative, that's base. Byte string, auto parsec. Quick check. Okay. That should be good there. So let's track those. Let's track server, and then we can delete the files under server that we don't need anymore. Up one though. Just mark that one for deletion. Yeah. Cool. Dope. Now let's see if we can build again server. Oh, from scratch. Okay. Oh, let's see. Yeah, so then we got to do kind of the same sort of setup for client, and then we can get going with that. And that should be pretty good. So what else is going on in Haskell land that we can chat about? You know? Anybody has any questions or anything you want to ask about what we're working on here, or anything like that? Yeah, I'm happy to answer questions. Almost there. Looks like we're going to be good to go here. Oh. Aha! Okay, so we do have a little bit of work to do, but it's alright. going good. Yeah, so that means run the server under Rosby server. It doesn't seem to have access to the package Rosby core. That's probably because we need to add it here. Yeah, let's go ahead and add that here. Cool. Cool. Ah, this is something completely different. So we're actually building and getting all the dependencies in, so that's cool. Although I'm a little concerned how that error came back up. Is that ambiguous? I don't think we really changed anything about the server. Did we? Monad logger. And still got MTL in there. Oh. Weird. Okay. Let's fix that. Server. Now, one thing I'm a little bit concerned about is if GHC IDE can handle multiple packages yet in stack. Not sure. Probably failed to specify readme. Oh. Okay, well, what do you think that? Rosby server. It's got a readme.md there. It's got a change log. Maybe I need to restart the workspace. Uh-oh. I think we broke GHC IDE. Oh, that's gonna be really annoying. Let's just disconnect it for now. And yeah. So this is on line 7. Yeah, our type alias conflicts with the actual type. Why did we write that again? That was for our chan stuff, isn't it? Because it doesn't export this. Weird. Did we get a new version of... Uh-oh. Might have to look at setting some dependency version ranges, but that might be a good thing anyway. Let's just check that out. Oh, it's kind of ugly anyway. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're good. Sweet. Yeah, I'd probably change the version of Monad Logger, I guess, with the change in the resolver. And I guess they finally exported that type, so that's good. A good thing. Okay, that's a lot of stuff to change, but I think that's good. That builds, which I guess means the other package builds. Or not. Let's just make sure that's good. What happened here? That's fine. Stack ammo. Did we mess that up? Let's check. No, I think this file looks fine too. Oh, this is the top level Rosby stack ammo. I don't know if we want Rosby core. Rosby dash core. That's good. Tick it down. That's fine as well. Oh, there it is. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, Rosby core. We probably... What else do we need to do with you? You probably say... You have a readme to changelog file as well. Changelog.md. Always good to maintain a changelog. We'll get into that. I'm of the opinion, I like the, there's a good site put together a while ago about how to maintain change logs. Basically do it manually because you're writing it for humans, is the gist of it. But we're not quite there yet, we're still at the prototyping stage, still early days, so we'll get there. Okay, so that builds just fine. That builds just fine. Let's exec that. Oh, it doesn't know about it yet. Yeah, I think last time we did it, we built it on Windows Native, so... While that's going, let's go to Rosby server. We'll just check that everything looks good there. Change that maybe. Whatever. Rosby server. Just check the package. Yeah, you're good there. What happened here? Failed to build. Linker errors. Oh no. It's terrible. LT.gold. Cannot find LT info. Actually, I've seen this before. I don't know what the heck happened to that. So, We'll just do this from Windows. Since we've built HLint there, hopefully it should still be in our sandbox and will work. We'll do not Rosby object file. Server. Let's do it on core first. Okay. It hasn't done it there either. Okay. Boy, this is going to be a fun time. All right. So that looks good there. Stack.yaml also looks good. Okay, let's just go ahead and create an enormous commit. Oh boy, good times. Yep. And those. Okay. Yeah. No, this is. I don't think that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I'll delete that. Upgrade a resolver. Okay, cool. Stage all those as well. Both. Yep, core. Server. Okay, I think it looks good. It's a big, but it's kind of a one-time thing, hopefully. All right, what did we do? Multiple packages. Let's split into multiple packages. We can publish the client library separate from the server. Okay, cool. That failed too. What is going on? Oh wait, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Ah, okay, still building. Beauty, almost done. Okay, so let's get working on setting up our client library. Okay, so in the Rosby client, I wanted, init only gave us the stack.yaml. I wanted like the whole template kind of thing. But I'm not sure if init does that. If we can... Oh, okay, sure. It still needs the... Okay, can new do it? Yeah, maybe. Okay. Okay then. Thanks for being careful. Oh, it's down like a template. Oh, that's sorry, I did that wrong. Oh, maybe I can just do it without that, because that'll just be kind of the defaults. Probably what I want. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we'll just clean that up now. Package. Cool, cool. Rosby client. It's still under Rosby. I guess I'll fill that in. Tote's important. Okay, yeah, source directory is a source. I don't know if we're going to publish an executable with this. Get rid of that. May have some tests. And dependencies for library. You're going to need, obviously, Rosby core. We're probably going to need byte string. Might need byte string. Yeah, we'll just leave it in there just in case. Maybe we'll take it out. Let's see. That should be it for now. Oh, socket. Right, because you need to connect to a socket in order to send anything to Rosby server. Yeah, so I don't know if like the client library should handle doing anything with the socket. Anyway, we might use some helper functions out of that. Let's see how much we get to. Okay, dependencies, tests. That looks good. Okay, let's go with that. Add Rosby client package. Starting to feel real, right? If this project actually takes off and we get users and stuff, they will look back on these Halcyon days as the glory days. But it could be a lot of fun to get some users and see if this project can grow that way. It'd be kind of cool. And show what it's like to maintain an open source project on the stream. Cool. So that's that, and hopefully we can build it. Oh, we could probably get rid of the app directory. That's true. Client. Yeah, like that. I'm not gonna need it. Oh man, it's gonna install a whole new sandbox for Rosby client as well, I guess. Multi-projects. Oof. Be prepared. We need multi-gigabytes of space for all, especially if we start supporting multiple LTSs down the road. Yeah. Maybe we'll get some NICs going and or something like that to manage building out our CI and smoke test to build across all the different LTSs. Once we get there. It's gonna take forever. So let's look at client. Create Rosby. Client WHS, yeah, sure. Okay, cool. We should be able to import our protocol serial. And probably also command as well. Right, right. Oh boy. How are we going to want to use this? Yeah, don't restart it then. I don't know. I just want a ripple. Okay, restart it. Or not. Okay. Good to know. We can't do that yet because it's still building or something? Anyway, since we're in Haskell land here, basically we could just write simple function like sure. Like set key. What would that be like? We might even want to export key. New type as well in core. Here we go. Let's see, Rosby core needed. Right, give us stuff. Socket needed. Okay. Fix that in a second. Finish our thought here. Anyways, we could do like set key here. Just do byte string to byte string. Probably like IO of something. We could just IO of unit for now, but yeah. Okay, let's fix this. Rosby core. Package. Okay, so we probably need to add that to stack.yaml. Extra depths. Do we have to do socket in here? Nope. Okay, let's try that again. Let's go. Oops, it's supposed to be a relative. What's going on here? Socket. Oh man. Okay, no, I totally got this messed up a little bit here. I'm just moving a bit faster for not checking which file, which package.yaml I'm editing now because we got multiple of them. Always be careful. So this might fail to build as well. How did it build before though? Rosby server. Okay, it is having the same problem. Wow. Is that because the LTS we're on doesn't have socket anymore? Package 16.9. Let's check. Yeah. Oh, it's network. My bad. Client. Okay, run Rosby client.package. It's not socket Rosby client. Apologies. It's network. What are you thinking? I don't know. There we go. Okay, cool. So just building out client library. Basically, we want just a nice, simple library for people who want to depend on Rosby in their Haskell applications to use, and also mainly for us to test. Since we don't have any users, we might as well dog food our own stuff. I find getting to the point where you can dog food your own program as quick as possible helps keep motivation up. finds, hopefully you'll find the developer experience before your first users do and kind of iron out kinks in it as you go. So yeah, sometimes nice to develop your client libraries in parallel with whatever you're building. Just nice way to go about it. Okay. That's going to take a while to build because it's going to build at a parsec. Right, because it's going to be building Rosby core and all that stuff right now. Let's just see, as we're building this too, we're also getting a sense of how heavy our dependencies are. As our users are, if they depend on Rosby clients, they're also going to be pulling in out of parsec and everywhere else. So. Okay, that's cool, that's fine. Yeah. Alright, so let's get to building. Okay, Rosby core, Rosby client. Okay. Hopefully LSP is still kind of not with it. Okay, yeah, so let's give them a nice little library that we can use to do this stuff. And yeah, I'm just noticing now that we probably want to export some of our key core types, like keys. Well, this should be good enough to get started. What have we done now? Nothing, I hope. Our key, our value. And it looks like GHC IDE is just having a heck of a time with our multiple packages. Maybe it's just me and I haven't figured that out yet. Oh. Alright, so we have a key and a value. Basically, all the commands that the client are going to send to the server should be encoded and serialized to our serialization format. So set key is the command that actually does that. We should probably have an easy way of constructing commands as well. This is going to get terribly annoying. Maybe we should fix this now. Ooh. Just shut down the whole thing. Yeah. I'm losing my mind here if you keep doing this to me. Okay, we're gonna shut everything down. Close everything. Start from scratch. don't fail us now, GHC IDE. Okay, that's better. Right, okay. Here's where I wanted to get to. A GHC REPL. So what I would like to do here would be to run Rosby with the command we want to run. So I'd like to be able to write something like this. But I think the auto-completion is trying to do stuff, and it's a little bit slow. So I'm going to put in a comment. So I want to be able to do something like this, I think. Set key. And I want to be like, user name first, something like that, and something like that. I think is a pretty nice API. Right. So let's work on set key then. Byte string. What is it going to return to Rosby? It's got to return something, but not IO. Command. Yeah, we're going to do that. And we're going to import qualify. Let's see if we actually need it. We just need to type right now. Right. I wonder if we'll need strict byte string, or we should go lazy byte strings. Only because, you know, if you're running set key, this might be on a really large byte string. You might be trying to, you know, you can get servers that have terabytes of RAM these days. So why not store your movies in RAM? Let's start small though. So if we have a byte string and a byte string, we need to return a command. And if we recall, a command type. Apparently I don't have jump to definition here across packages. That's kind of annoying, but I'm sure it's going to get fixed soon because the people working on GHC IDE are doing a great job. I don't know if we put it in core though. We did, yeah. Protocol command. That's what it looks like. So really all we need to do is, oh, and we get our new key, our key type here too as well. Great, super. Okay, great, awesome. Yes. Set key. And the value can just be the plain old byte string. In fact, we could be even schmancy and just point free. Although, I don't think that makes it really any more reasonable to read. Oh no. GHC IDE has died on us again. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it in there. In this case, this is one of those instances where I don't think point free really does it for us all that much. Alright, similar for get key and delete key. These so-called like smart constructors, I guess this pattern might be called. No, I'm pressing N. Don't restart it. And what else? Delete. Oh wait, we need to wrap that in our key type. Like that. Oh my god, why? Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So then, run Rosby is going to take a command. And by definition, it's going to do something with it. Wow, we can't really do anything with it if we only have a command in I/O, unless we kind of decide for the user that we're just going to open a socket and start doing stuff, which they probably don't want. So we probably need some way to, when we run Rosby, to take like, that either that action to deliver the serialized command to. We could do it that way. And it might even be in Haskell. See, so yeah, I don't know. Command to function that takes that doesn't make sense. So like you tell us what you want to run it in, or give us an action basically to run it in, and we'll run it for you. Does that make sense? Or was that way like yeah, we would be telling you, the user, to come up with a way for doing this. Yeah. Don't know how I feel about that either. That's gonna kill me. Undefined. That's, oh, it's brutal. Okay, things we learn. I gotta do a little bit of research into making sure that GHC IDE works with multiple packages. That's really aggravating. Alright, where were we? Roaming. Rosby. Client. Okay, come back to us. Then it would look, how this kind of look? That would look kind of ugly too, because then we'd have to be like, alright, and then we might, with socket, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? So we could kind of give it a little... We could also say like, yeah, give us a socket and we'll write to that socket the Rosby command you want to send, and you're responsible for setting up the connection to the Rosby server. In which case we'll probably want to have some simple convenience set up to create that socket. Because that might get pretty annoying for our users to be like, well, right, so we'll come back to that. Let's write connections. Connect to Rosby. We're going to need some configuration for that, so why not put that in the data structure. And oh, that's a mouthful. Just put this Rosby. Server host. The Rosby server report. And what else do we need? Nothing else really. At this point in time. We can have a default config. We'll just call it client config. And that's basically going to be Rosby client config with some defaults, of course. That should be good. Okay, so once they have client configuration, then we can take that configuration, connect it to the socket, and then they can send their commands to it. And we want to set it up so that we own the connection inside the client library. Maybe. So, what would that look like? Well, probably a lot like the client library setup from the network library, actually. So we have that pulled up here. Why don't we just look at it from here, boo? Oh, so not that part, but this part here. Right, it's like just gonna be a basic TCP client. And the only difference here, what does run TCP client? Let's look at this for a second. Yeah, so they do take kind of a callback, like client action type thing here. That does do an IOA. This is kind of what we're looking for. Thing is, I don't know if we want to force our users to use a particular framework. They might like want to write a multi-threaded application. So resource ownership is kind of what I'm thinking about right now. Who owns this? Who should own the socket? I think us constructing the socket for them is fine, and then handing that back to the client, to the user, would be pretty nice. And in our client library, we don't really have to make too many assumptions about how users are going to be using the library. All we kind of do is like, okay, we'll construct the socket for you. Here's some convenience functions. Just do that if you don't depend on network. You don't want to construct it yourself. And then we'll give you like a little monad to run our commands in that uses that socket. I think that's pretty good. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, so connect. Takes a Rosby client config. Does it connect to Rosby? TCP client. Actually, yeah, our run TCP client would probably be like our run, or connect to Rosby kind of thing. Actually, yeah, let's do that. It's cool. Yeah, see how that goes. Yeah. Yeah, I like that, actually. I think that's going to work nice. So we take a Rosby client config and some handler. Does need up IOA? I guess IOA, because we already know. Handle return. Import, what is it, network.socket, right? Yeah. And yeah. Okay. This will be pretty close to this. The only difference being that we pull in our Rosby client config, and we'll take the host and port out of that. Where's what the original host port? Of course, we need to import control.exception as view. Thank you. And you want string there, not a byte string. Odd choice, my friend, but not hard to change. GHC, talking to you there. Okay, cool. I like it. I won't even shorten the name of this. Okay, cool. Well, it's something to start with, and I think what this is going to end up looking like is just like the example here, except this is going to be saying run Rosby. Now, my only qualm with this now is that this callback function here that we're running is the raw socket that the client will be using, which doesn't seem too nice. It would be super dope if we could just have our own little actions in here that work on the socket. And then they don't have to worry about it too much. Although, again, yeah, letting them have access to the socket is also nice. I guess once we start writing our own little programs to use our client library, we'll kind of feel out where the rough edges are, and then make changes accordingly. So, rough for now, but okay. How can we muck around with this now? I think we could maybe write a little example test program here and see how it goes. Let's just commit this first. Should be good there. It's more like add. To do clients. Not a whole lot to say there. Okie doke. Yeah. All right. Let's just call it do Rosby. And we'll just take it for a kickspin. Kickspin. Skating too much. Take it for a spin. Do a kickflip. Yeah. So that'll be like run Rosby. Our default config. Get the socket and we do stuff with it. What are we gonna do? We're gonna need to import network.socket wait string. Oops. And send all to S. What are we going to send? We don't want to just send just plain old foobar. Okay, we're going to have to send a serialized command. So there's something we need already. Is we need a way to turn a command into a primitive, and then write that primitive out to a byte string that we can send over the socket. So the kind of downside of going with this multi-package setup, obviously GHC ID set aside, is going to be this whole jumping back and forth thing that we're going to have to do. But no worries. It's cool. Protocol command. And then of course GHC ID is probably going to start ringing on us. So we have a from prim command. Function, I should say. So let's write a to prim command. Since the commands will be well formed up front, in that if we get a command as input, we can't really get a wrong serialization. I don't think we're going to need either here, so we'll probably just have straight to primitive. And then we could just pattern match on the commands. Key and value here. Get key as well as delete. Oops. Cool. So here we're going to construct an array, a primitive array, which is going to take a size. I think it's going to be 3 elements. The key, which we're going to encode as a str. Str needs the size of the key, so we'll have to take the length of it. Key length. The key. We're going to need the value length as well. fix it. Yeah, it's going to need to stir the command. And then the value. Right. No problems, no problems. You know what? That's going to be fine. Yeah, that's going to be a byte string anyway, so we don't have to worry about it. Yeah, let's just finish that first, then we'll try to explain what I was just going through there and thinking. Right, int. Oh, this is going to be list. What am I thinking? Alright, we need byte strings. We need byte strings length. That's all that error is. So we'll fix that up. Not the generic list foldable length. Because byte strings are not lists. Okay. We're happy there. That looks nice. I'm not too worried about this being lined up anymore since we're not really stacking on each other. So look at that. Similarly, length key here. So that is going to be a layer 3. See? Already feel like we could use some smart constructors there. That would have been an easy bug to make. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience. And I've been making those kinds of bugs all the time in JavaScript code, and it's finding those kinds of bugs all the time in JavaScript code. So smart constructors are the way to go. Keylin. Yes.length. Key. And that's, see again, I did it again too. Yeah. We're going to stage that one and commit it. And we'll get back to the client again, because now we have the toPrim function we need. And eventually we might reuse that for other things, like on the server side, we might want to serialize out responses to our primitive type as well, so we'll need more functions there, I'm sure, in time. But we should probably wrap up soonish. So thanks again for tuning in and following along. Again, if anybody, you ever have a question, feel free to interrupt. This is more like multiplayer development, kicking the tires on Haskell, seeing if we can build real-world practical programs using a language that I still hear people who claim is a research language, or only good for PLTs. Like, there are research that goes into Haskell, but it's not the kind of research they're talking about usually when they say that kind of stuff, if you know what I mean. So the next step in our send all here is that we're not going to get a byte string out of 2prim. Right, so if we have our command, well, we have like set key. And it's Ezekiel, right? Now we get the prims from that by calling 2prim on the command. Now that's a primitive, an array, and we need a way to turn that into a byte string. So I think we're going to have to go jump back over to the serialization library and add that function there. Sounds like that's the way to go. Protocol serial, that's the one. So it's kind of like the opposite of our parser. We're going to have to serialize. That's going to take a primitive and output a byte string. I think that'll be a pure function as well, happily enough, so this will be pretty easy. As long as we don't mess anything up. Right. So, what can we do? We could do it like this. I kind of like lambda case expression. I usually like it when I'm defining something inline. We could do the pattern matching up here. Right. We have num. The type class constraint, but we also have the type, yeah, which is just the num, the value. And then we have the array. We're just going to have a length and values. Okay, so for strings, that's going to be pretty straightforward, I think. We put that for the type. And then the length of Right, I think BS byte strings, we have to like combine them a different way with the byte string functions. Weird. Google results, huh? Oh, that's me. I never knew that before. Anyway. I just wanted a package. They probably just have monoid defined for it. I'm just going to assume that's true. I'll just go with it. like that. We may end up having to pack the show for len to byte string, depending. Then we have the divider, and then we have the value, which is a plain old byte string already, and we cap it off the /r/n. Okay, what did we do? Yeah, okay. So that's going to be car8 to pack that, which we already have as imported as b8. Okay, cool. And num, similarly. It's just going to be that. With, sorry, /r/n at the end. FCR/lf, which I think we actually defined as lines. Oh, we defined the parser of it. Okay, never mind. No worries there. So that's how that serializes. And then arrays are the star, the number of elements. Divider. And then we're gonna join together the serialization of the values there. All right, so we'll serialize all the values in that list of values, and then join them all together. So the first thing we need to do for that, well, it'll just be easier to, it's going to be a little long, so let's put that on now. I have to define serialize values. First we need to map serialize onto all the values. Then we have a list of byte strings. Oh. Byte strings to C. It's not quite what I was expecting. Let me got this. What is C? Oh right, we need a function to go from a list of byte strings to a byte string. That's what we need in that hole. Which I think we're on data.list. We have something for that. Intercalate. That's the one I think I was looking for. Yeah. Except not quite. I think it's just going to be a plain old because we don't have lists of lists. Yeah. It might just be called join. If not, we can always just fold. Which is probably what we should do. Yeah. I thought there might be like something simple in there, but yeah, we don't have list of lists. So that's okay. Let's be fold L straight. We might have to import that from data.list with mempty. Data.list. Right, let's fold L, mempty, okay, and we are upset with this because, oops. What do we do? Oh, maybe we didn't, no, it's inferring it to byte string, yeah. Thanks for the suggestion, let's try that. Not fold. We'd need that from data.foldable, which we could get, but we have a list, so I think it is fold L from data.list. All right. Ah. Let's try that. No, it's great. Thanks for the suggestion. It's totally cool. I like to think of streaming kind of like multiplayer programming, massively multiplayer pair programming, so keep them coming. No. So, I mean, that's pretty much an equivalent expression for the most part. It's a little bit tighter. It's nice. But what's the issue here is that it thinks I'm not giving enough arguments. I'm turning a function somewhere. Which probably means I'm returning something in one of these sub-expressions that isn't what it thinks it is. Like maybe serialized values. Well, it says it takes a list of parameters. Oh, it's returning a list of byte string now. Yeah. So I don't know that that was what we wanted with fold. Right? Oh, dope. Haha. And it probably does it more efficiently too. Did I import it as B? Yeah. Yeah, thanks fam. Right, so somewhere we still have something going funky with this expression. What's the type of that? Maybe it's further down in the error message. I'm getting some network hiccups. Sorry if I get a little stuttery. Oh. Yeah, that might be the real error. That's the real error. Huh. Slightly obscured. Okay, that looks good. Of course, it's gonna diagnose now because it doesn't know which process yet. I just want to test it out a little bit before we close things out and play with it in the REPL a little. And we'll commit that and push up the changes and call it for the evening. Alright, so app data. I'll find that. Core. Cool. Oh no, it's not going to let us do it. Okay, well, screw you then. Let's do it down here. No, screw you, screw GHC. You're cool. I like you. We're good. Okay, so basically if we have, let's try serializing stir 3 2 bonus. This is where we might actually have some cool properties that we could test now. A quick check actually. Because if we run our parser with that as input. Yeah. So that might be a cheap little test we can add there. Is that anything we can serialize? We can also parse. It's a pretty common use for quick check. I find a lot of examples are based around that. Caesar ciphers and stuff like that. So that one looks good. Let's try num. And num should just be whatever. Looking good. And the last is array. Let's just try this. Now we have 2 elements. Stir 3. And num. Super. One thing that might be interesting here is that we'll get an error if we try to serialize something that's wrong. So our serializer won't really guarantee that what we serialize is proper. Makes sense, really. So we do kind of, when we get to the serialized stage, we're kind of expecting a properly constructed primitive value. But that's probably okay for now. If we find it's not, then we'll tighten it up and that kind of thing. But yeah, okay, looks good. Cool. It's for like hard way there to writing the client. A basic one at least. Let's commit that. Serial. And then yeah, and then I think we'll call it a night from there. So thanks again for dropping by. Give us a follow, it's very appreciated. We're a small audience right now, but we're growing. And every little follow helps. It'll also make sure that you get notified the next time I do the stream. And I do stream about once a week on Tuesday nights around 8-10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time right now. And I do archive my videos to YouTube, so you can also subscribe and follow me there if that's more convenient. And just as a reminder, if you didn't catch it at the beginning of the stream, you dropped in a little later. Next week, I'm going to be taking a break, because I'm going to be going on vacation. I'm taking the fam out, real life fam, out camping. Get out of the house. A little physically distanced camping, but should be fun anyway. Kids love the nature, I love the nature, and it'll be a great time to kind of get away from technology for a little bit. Yeah, so I'll be picking up the week after though, and getting back into it. Maybe I'll do some bonus streams or something when I get back on the weekend. What do we do with client? Nothing really. Let's. You could check that maybe. Yeah, we'll stash this. We'll stash this. We don't need to check it. It's not that important. It's just for testing anyway. So. Okay, cool. Yeah, hopefully it will be really nice. I think they're old enough I'm going to finally teach my little kids. My youngest is like 5.5. And teach them how to fish. Which would be great. Alright. There we go. Pushed up. So of course you can always go to GitHub, fork the code, follow along, experiment with your own changes, or whatever you want. Even commit some PRs. I'd like to start seeing some pull requests coming, because that would be pretty sweet too. Thanks again. Good night. Have a good one. Keep hacking at Haskell. Catch me on the FP chat Slack, or on the Zulip server as well. We have an FP chat Zulip server. Or follow me on Twitter. Bye for now.